In this model and in this clip, we're going to paint the texture for the gramophone. So I will start on Substance Painter creating a new project. So I will hit Command N on my keyboard, and this will bring in a new project window. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and select our object. So it's going to be inside your FBX folder, inside your Substance Painter folder. And then I will pick this Gramophone FBX. I will hit open. That will bring in that one here. You can see that the connection has been established between that FBX and Substance Painter. And then I want to pick this create a texture set per UDIM tile on. And basically this is because I know this object has different UVs for every part of the object of the materials that need to be written into Substance Painter as a different texture set. So when I hit this, it will create a basic different texture set per object. Then our normal map is going to be again OpenGL, and then our document resolution is going to be 512, so we could work a little bit faster. Then I will hit OK, and this will bring in our gramophone to our project file. Then I will just go ahead and change our settings for now. So I will hit Command and comma, and I will change the rotation, the zoom speed, and the wheel speed, because the default ones that comes with the Substance Painter, or at least my settings in this particular version, they move a little bit slow. So now that we have this, you will see that all your texture set list has been created. So these texture sets have been applied to every object of the gramophone. So for instance, you can tell here this is going to correspond to the cone. Unfortunately, at this point, Substance Painter will not work with the actual names of every texture set. It will only create these that will correspond to the UDIM that you have for the object. Now that we have this, I will go to the 1001 texture set, which is going to be our base of the gramophone. So in this case, I want to have or bring in a couple of textures to set up a little this in a more efficient way. So I will go here to our layers, and then I will go ahead and bake all of our textures. So let me hit this bake textures, and this will open our bake texture window. And I will go ahead and bake all the textures and come back when Substance Painter finish processing all those texture sets. Alright, so all of our additional maps has been baked, and you can tell that we have our normal, world space, ambient occlusion, curvature, position, and thickness. However, there's one map that has been missing, which is the ID map. So these ID maps will be created based on several selection of your polygon. And in this case, Substance Painter didn't find any different selection, so I will just go ahead and fix this on Maya. So let me go to Maya, and I have our gramophone here. As you can tell, let me just isolate this one here with this icon here, and then we can tell that I have applied a different material per the selection of the faces that I want to apply the mask. So every color corresponds to one selection set for our mask. Then let me just get rid of that isolation button here, and then we can see that we have a plain gramophone, which is going to be our original. So what we need to do here inside Maya is basically grab these colors, and based on this original gramophone, export a texture map. So in order to do that, what I will do is go to our rendering tab, and then I will go to lighting and shading and transfer the maps. When we transfer the maps from one gramophone to the other, what it will do is create a map based on the diffuse color of each other. So what I want to do is I will go and clear all here. So I will go ahead and select our gramophone, the one that has the IDs, and I will use this to be our source mesh. So I will add selected here. Then I will go to our gramophone, the base one, and I will add that as being our target. There you go. So now we have these two gramophones here. Let me just add this one here again. And then I want to pick the diffuse baking method. Then for our output folder, I will go ahead and go to our source images, and I will go to our gramophone texture, and I will go here and create gramophone IDs. All right, and then my extension is gonna be TIFF. So let me go down, I will pick TIFF, and it's done. So I will hit save, and then once I have that, basically you can remove all of the other settings. I don't want to connect the map to the shader because that will happen automatically. And then for our output resolution, I want to pick 2048 by 2048, which is going to give us very good resolution for this map. Then I will hit bake and close, and this will start the process of baking this map into a new TIFF texture. Alright, so we are back here and our texture ID map has been baked. As you can tell here on the thumbnail, all the shading information for the diffuse of that ID gramophone that we have before is been applied. So now we have a texture that we can have different colors, so we can create masks based on these colors. So now that we have this, let me go back to Substance Painter and show you how we can set up this here. So I will go to our shelf tab and I will open our import resource window here. So let me just minimize that so we could see a little bit better. And then I will add a resource. So I will go ahead and go to our projects file. I will go to Maya files and source images. Then to our gramophone texture, and you will find that there is your gramophone ID's TIFF. Then I will hit open. I will add this as a texture, and I will add this as well in this current session only. I will hit import, so this will bring in this texture here, as you can tell. Then I will go to select ID map, and I will go here and find it. So the way this search box works in Substance Painter is really interesting because you can combine different type of parameters. So I know that this is a texture, so I will go and type texture. Let me type that one. All right. And then I know the texture is called gramophone, so I will type gramophone, and this will filter pretty much efficiently our textures. So I will add that one here, and now we have add this ID map. So you may wonder at this point, how is this useful? So let me just demonstrate a little bit and really quickly how this could help us. So I will just create a new fill layer here. So I will add a fill. I will go to our properties and I will change the color to a red color here. Then I will create a new layer on top of that and then add another fill, and this fill will be filled with a different color, so we could see a little bit of the difference of the colors here and there once we use this ID map. So now I will go ahead to this blue layer. I create a new mask, could be white or black, whatever you want, and then I will drop add color selection modifier. So this modifier, what will allow us to do is basically go ahead and pick the different colors that we have for our ID mask that has been plugged in here. So I will go here and pick color, and I will pick, for instance, this side of the faces. So as you can tell, the color has been picked, and now I will change the output color for that particular part of the mask, and there you go. This is revealing what is underneath. You can add more colors, so as soon as you go here and pick another color, this mask will be applied. Then we have the hardness, which is basically a blurriness value. So when you start decreasing this, it will blur out that mask a little bit. In this moment, probably the tolerance is too low. So what I will do is I will start increasing this. So let me just select that one there and step here. Actually, let's go to this color selection and I will start decreasing the tolerance. So you can tell that even though it's really subtle, these areas or these blue areas start to get a little bit tinted of blue below. So that's really handy, and you can change the hardness here. So this will basically expand your mask. All right, so let me just go back to what we have before. So 0.01, and in the next clip, we're going to start painting the textures now that we have set up our gramophone inside this project.